established in the last century, 1915-20. I don't consider that old anymore. And it would have been, none of this started by Dr. Jenkins, which was originally my story, because he did love flowers and talked about planting camellias, but these were not some of his. However, even these have a history at Elgin. You'll see a little yellow silver tag hanging in this one. A lot of mine are named. The Camellia Society of America came through and told us what all of our camellias were, and labeled them so that if ever there's a disaster on the East Coast with those old gardens, they'll know where they can come to get a new start. So I can't cut it down now. I really was tempted to make it look like this, but it's not. I'm Ruth Ellen Calhoun, and this is my home. I welcome you all today. What we tell when you go through the house is the story of how they lived here. And we're fortunate because we have Dr. Jenkins' diary, a copy of it, from 1841 when he moved in until 1855 when he died. And he made note of everything he did on this plantation, everything he planted by the botanical name, every fence post, even describing the house he built for his mules and gave us the specifications as if we would, copy him. And LSU said they wanted a copy of this because it was the best documentation of 19th century farming techniques. Wow. And so they made the copy, and we have copies of the copy. But what I like to tell you is the history of this plantation. This started on a Spanish land grant in 1791, and this is why we date the back house 1792. You had to build a grant or farm your land some way, hold the grant. This Archibald Dunbar bought this, acquired this property, and increased the acreage to 1,086 acres in 1835. He was a member of the very noted and socially prominent William Dunbar family who lived at the Forest Plantation adjacent to this one. He didn't own it long. He bought it in 1835 and mortgaged it, and then he lost all of his money. Guess what? In a bank failure. The bank went broke and he lost his money because he was a stockholder. So the property then, and the signature on the note was Levin Marshall. And I mention the name because Levin Marshall's home is on tour this afternoon.